Privet. That's my best version of Russian right there. Um, I got this. I almost was gonna cuss right now. I got this freaking face today because I am feeling a little bit of insanity. I know that's I know I always have a certain type of energy, but today I think you guys could feel it a little bit more than normal. Um, Today I'm gonna talk about a little bit of a personal matter. But I mean, hopefully you guys don't get too bored or hit the dislike button. I know some people say, "Well, that's your own fault. You should have been proactive." And I understand that. Um, so as you guys know, I got into a car accident on my way to work. Well, I got in a car accident last year. Uh, I got in a car accident on my way to work. I work in the healthcare field. I recently got a government job, a California state government job, which is not close to my house, to my place of residence at all. It's like an hour drive, and I live out in the rural part of California, out in Central California, which is it's very rural. Um, on my way to work, there was a lady in a stolen truck that blew through a stop sign while trying to pass the truck that was in front of her and ended up hitting me head on, which caused a lot of damage in my left arm. But I got a titanium plate, 12 screws. Um, I got damage to my UCL, my elbow. The same, I don't know if you guys watch football, but the same thing that happened to the 49ers quarterback, that's what happened to my elbow. And then I got a torn labrum. Um, so the state of California, I mean, it's not just the state. It's I worked per diem at a hospital too, and they're kind of screwing me over. Big corporations, big businesses. I'm realizing I don't want to work for them, and I don't want to work for a small company either because I know that they don't compensate um, to the to that degree of survivability. The small companies, bless their heart, I know that they're trying to take care of people too, but they don't compensate healthcare workers. They're small, they can't afford to compensate the people the correct amount of money or wage. Uh, with that being said, I've been fighting to get an MRI done on my arm because I barely found out about the elbow tear and I barely found out about the shoulder tear. Now, when I say I barely found out, I barely got a confirmed diagnosis from my doctor. I knew that something's been wrong with my whole left arm. It hurts. What's a disadvantage that I have is that I have a very high pain tolerance. Stuff that affects me probably would, stuff that doesn't affect me probably would make somebody else be in constant pain. I just, I don't know. I just have a high pain tolerance, and that's just I guess a blessing and also a curse. I know when I was in the hospital when this whole incident happened, they gave me fentanyl 3 times. They gave me Dilaudid 2 times. No effect. And then finally, the only thing that kind of distracted me, it didn't take the pain away. The only thing that distracted me from the pain was the ketamine. They gave me freaking 100 of ketamine, which is it's a pretty decent amount. Um, I know I gave what 200 to a guy that had sickle cell anemia, and he was a bigger guy than me, and he's like, I see colors. I didn't see colors, but the ketamine, it kind of like I went into like warp speed. I seen like the lights kind of go like when Star Trek when you go fast and you hit hyperspeed. That's how the lights look to me. But anyways, with that being said, I know I was trying to talk about a different topic. I ended up talking about, well, I mean, it's related to it. I'm talking about my injury and the accident and all the experience that I felt. Um, right now, I don't really have a lot of flexibility. I don't want to move it too much. I'm just weirded out. I never had a broken bone before. I know being a healthcare worker that bones do heal pretty well. Now there is other effects from getting a fracture, like movement, range of motion. There's things that probably are not going to be ever 100%, but I at least want to be able to go back to at least as much 100% as I can, you know? Um, I want to be able to do a push up. I don't want to put too much weight on there yet, still, even though the surgeon did clear me. I feel that, in today's world, I don't know, man. I think it's so fast and so like whatever, bro. You look good. Your images look good. Go ahead, do it. Now, when I look at old videos or like videos of people in other areas of the states, probably where the surgeon's more hands-on or the surgeon has more time to talk to his patients, uh, they've said like, all right, well, you could go back at the 4 to 6 month mark, still do light duty, and then you won't be 100% probably until the year mark. I've never had an in-depth conversation like that with my surgeon. My surgeon, I'm not saying he's a bad surgeon, but I know he's probably very busy. When I would go to his office, it always appears like that office is pretty steady, pretty busy. And I just want to get back to 100%. I want my range of motion to get back, like see how I could do that with that one? I can't with this one. And trust me, I'm trying. I'm pushing as much as I can, but I don't have the. And then when it comes to that, that's kind of similar. I think like I really want to like do my range of motion, doing my exercises. I really want to wait till like the 6 month mark, like another 4 weeks before I really start hitting it hard. Because I want my bone to be a little bit more healed. And plus, the only other modality. Oh, shoot, I changed my. I didn't mean to do that. But the only other modality that I want to try before I start really pushing the limits of my hand is I want to get stem cells injected to see if that will really help facilitate the healing process. Plus, I still need to get surgery on my shoulder. But back to the main reason why I made this video. So the state and my other job, my hospital job, I've been fighting to get my whole arms seen. My doctor already said I could go back to work. I don't want to go back to work because not because I don't want to work. It's because I don't want to get more hurt, and then the blame is all based on me because I didn't say anything, because I didn't advocate for myself. And at the end of the day, the party who always gets the short end of the stick is the person. I didn't ask to get in a car accident. I was trying to avoid a car accident. It wasn't my fault. That person was in a stolen vehicle. If I would have veered that way, I would have hit the car that she was passing up. If I would have veered this way, there was agricultural workers working, and I would have killed some innocent person that was just doing their work. So I braced myself, and I was like, I have to brace myself for the impact of this person that's gonna wreck into me. Anyways, I recently got let go from both the state job as well as my hospital job because my doctors cleared me to go back to work, even though I don't feel like I could go back to work. Mind you, the surgeon that did take care of my hand, he's only a wrist surgeon. So the other areas of my arm that is hurting me, that would have had to have come from another surgeon. And my primary care doctor at the VA, he was hesitant on putting me off duty because he's not a surgeon. That's not his specialty. So he didn't want to write me a doctor's note to be off work. So it was, I'm at the point where I finally got these confirmed from an MRI that was done a couple of weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. I got my ortho or no surgeon, the elbow and shoulder surgeon. I'm gonna see in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, actually, yeah, 2 weeks from now, and I'm just stuck in limbo. Lost my two jobs, my full time job, my part time job. Lost them both. I'm still getting disability, but I gotta kind of advocate for myself. Um, they are still signing my disability forms. They just are not saying that I'm light duty for work. So I had to pick: am I gonna get my Am I gonna get my disability and lose my job, or I could go back to work, possibly get more injured. Um, and I had to choose. My health is more important. I Don't get me wrong. I do worry about my bills. I do worry about my income. I have a lot of stress on my plate. I can't even properly heal up right now because I got a lot of stress on my mind. Um, with that being said, I mean, what do I do? I have attempted to call a lawyer, and it didn't seem like they were interested or felt like I had a case. So I'm still waiting on. I'm still waiting on my settlement from the actual Allstate, the car company, which that's taken 5 months now. The state California Victims Board, or I don't even know. I chopped that up. They said they were going to compensate me some money. Um, I'm waiting for those two things. Um, but in this whole process, I had started at the state. I signed up my health care benefits and dental and vision and all that. And I got in a car wreck, 29 days after my first day on the job. And today I got a bill for $5,600 that I owe Anthem Blue Cross because they're acting on the behalf of the state of California to recuperate money that they paid for me to have healthcare insurance. So I'm going to have to call tomorrow to Anthem Blue Cross and say that I never had healthcare insurance. When I called the state of California, they said I didn't have healthcare insurance. When I called Anthem Blue Cross back in October, 2 months after my car accident, they said I didn't have health insurance. So I'm not going to pay $5,600 when nobody said I had healthcare insurance. I don't know who do I have to negotiate with. If anybody has any information or advice, I've never been in a situation like this. I'm not going to pay $5,600 for a service that I never used, for a service that I never had the opportunity. I never even knew that I had. I was told that I didn't. When I called HR at the state, at the facility that I worked at, they said I didn't have healthcare insurance. When I called Anthem Blue Cross back in October, they said I didn't have healthcare insurance. Somehow, some way, the state of California is only billing me for healthcare insurance from November, December, and January. Those 3 months or 4 months, my premium totaled for those 3 months, or in February too. November, December, January, and February, $5,600. So I mean, people might not agree and say that it's my fault, and but I just don't agree with this. I feel like it's wrong. I feel like you know um, if I can negotiate that and get it canceled, because I never used my healthcare insurance. Nobody ever even told me I had healthcare insurance. I started the state job back in August, and they barely started my insurance in November. That don't make any sense. So that's all I got to say today. Today I know I talked a lot. Hopefully I didn't talk your ear off. With that being said, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Good night.